Good morning students, this is Venkat. I'm going to be start second lesson in your class 8, that is energy from the sun. Which lesson I'm going to be start? Energy from the sun. Here, before I'm starting this lesson, I'm going to be revise that in the previous lesson what you learned. So we know that the first lesson is reading and analysis of map. There you learn that what is map and what is the uses of maps and how the maps are using in our daily life and who are the first persons who prepared the maps like Sumerians, Babylonians, Greeks, Romans, Dutch, even that Britishers. And you also see that how the first map which was prepared on the mud blocks, that is called as sand blocks. These are all the things you learn in the first lesson. Now, second lesson is energy from the sun. How the energy is coming from the sun. Energy in a sense, the energy comes in the form of the rays of the sun. The rays is come from the sun, which is travel through the atmosphere and it reaches to the earth, and that is called as energy. So the topic was the energy which is coming from the sun. So before of starting this lesson, we have to know that what is an earth. We know that we are living on the earth. The earth is having that lot of diversities. Diversity means differences. We found this lot of differences. Not a one difference, lot of differences. You know, we are living in the region of Hyderabad. Here, this is an area comes under this plateau region, and some of the areas are having the very flat. That areas is called as plains. It means the earth is having there some different type of landforms like a plains, plateaus, mountains, the peaks, and some of the areas are called as desert areas, and some areas are covered with the ice cap regions. These are all the things we've learned in the previous classes. What is the greatness of India and what is the diversity of India. One more thing was, in our India, people is also different. In some people is different styles, and even the food habits is also very different. There's a difference between these North Indians and also the South Indians. So these all the things is based upon the different type of living standards, living styles also. Even one more thing is, in some of the areas are receiving the high rainfall areas, and some areas are having the low rainfall areas also. So what is high rainfall and what is low rainfall? You know, high rainfall means every time maximum rain comes. Take an example, in the region of India, we have the eastern side of India, where we have the Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya. That side is called as eastern side of India. Eastern side of India is having that very high rainfall areas, because that areas covers with the mountains, because mountains gives more rainfall. So in our India, eastern side of India is one of the good rainfall area. Highest rainfall in the world, one of the highest rainfall areas in the world was Mawsynram and Cherrapunji. Mawsynram and Cherrapunji, the two places that found in the region of Meghalaya, that's in the eastern side of Meghalaya only, that's called as Cherrapunji and Mawsynram. Both places found in the region of eastern side. And that two areas are having the high rainfall areas. Come to the western side. Western side of India is covers with the desert, and the desert regions are not having that high rainfalls, and that is covered with the sand. So very less rainfall. Places like Jaisalmer that you can find in the region of western side of Rajasthan. These are the places not at all receiving rainfall from the long years of time also. And also, if you go to the southern side, we have the coastal states and the coastal areas, and there we have the west coast and also the east coast, and this is come with the different type of temperatures can found in the west coast and also the east coast. And there also we found these mountains like Western Ghats and also the Eastern Ghats. If you go to the top, that's in the northern side to eastern side, we have a chain of mountains that you can say that Himalayas mountains. So this is a diversity of India. We have that lot of variations between one place to other places. So if we come to the third topic, so what is the first topic that you can say that solar energy and sun's rays. Solar energy and the sun's rays. So sun is a one, we know that this is called, imagine that this is called a sun. The energy which is coming from the sun, this is also called as the rays. So this rays of the sun energy which is travel and it reaches to the earth. This energy is taken by earth because main principal source of energy was sun, and this energy is sending towards the earth. So now I am going to be explain two of the concepts. One is called solar radiation and next topic was solar insolation. First, principal source of energy. This is called as energy. The source of this energy was sun. Remember that. What is the principal source of energy? The principal source of energy was sun. Okay. Then this energy is traveled towards to the earth. First point was the energy which is emitting. Emitting means releases. The energy which is emitting from the sun is called as solar radiation. Just emitting only. Take an example when when our body is going to get the heat is generated from our body which is coming out. Similarly, imagine that your body was a sun. When the heat, how the body is generating, similarly, the sun is also releasing the energy, but you can say that releasing in the sense of emitting. The energy which is emitting from the sun is called as solar radiation. This energy is a one. This energy is travels towards the earth. Then earth was taken. So solar insolation means incoming solar radiation. This is called as incoming. So incoming solar radiation. This radiation is going towards to the earth is called as insolation. So what is mean by insolation? Incoming solar radiation is called as insolation. Clear or not? So there are some of the energy which is emitting from the sun is called as solar radiation. That energy is traveling long distance and it reaches to the earth. That is called as insolation. Incoming solar radiation. The radiation which is travel a long distance and the rays and this rays can give that heat to the earth. And if the rays of the sun was very less heat. If the rays of the sun was more that you can say that more heat. At the time when the rays was travels, this rays sometimes you can say that ultraviolet rays and also that X-ray rays also. You know, these are the rays, ultraviolet rays and also the X-ray rays were so dangerous. These rays are not required to the people. So these are the rays, that is the ultraviolet and X-ray rays in the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, before reaching to the earth, which is called as ozone layer. That ozone layer stops the ultraviolet and X-ray rays, so it can be filtered here itself. The rays like a ultraviolet, some of the time ultraviolet rays and X-ray rays also can travel in the form of rays, and this is in a air in the atmosphere. Ozone layer stop the ultraviolet and X-ray rays and it can send towards the earth. Imagine if these two rays can travel and it can reach to the earth, people cannot survive. People can be lost their life because of high temperatures. So we know that we are going for X-ray. It can take there and it can be picture your bones, that they call as X-ray rays. Ultraviolet rays and X-ray rays can stop by the ozone layer and it can send to the fresh or good heat towards to the earth. Clear or not? So if the rays is very high and it can be taken by air, and also if the low also. If the rays is very high, that can be very high temperature. There can be very low rays that can be used at low temperatures only. Clear or not? So one more small topic in your textbook, they given the greenhouse. So what is meant by greenhouse? Particularly in the areas of cool areas like near southern portion of Arctic and the other areas where the temperature is very low and places is going to be converting into the ice. In those areas, people are going to be built greenhouses. These are the greenhouses are useful to the people to grow the plants like a vegetable plants and also the fruits. It can be serve the daily needs to the people. So cool areas, in those areas people they will make that artificial houses. The roof is covered with the transparent sheet. What is that? Transparent sheet. These are the transparent sheets having there some different type of holes. Transparent sheets are having the holes. On the house, the roof is covered with the transparent sheets, and that transparent sheets are having the holes, and this house is covered with the four sides of walls. And here is the sun rays falls on the roof, and these are the holes are giving chance to that traveling the sun rays into the house. Because of these rays, the complete house in the inside of the greenhouse is going to become the warm. This warmness was gives that heat inside of the houses. So whichever the temperature is required for the plants, the temperature is given by the sun, and this energy was travels through the transparent seeds holes, and this heat can use that more heat generation in the inside of the houses. Because of this warmness, the plants are going to be grown properly. So one more time, what is this called as greenhouses? Greenhouses means particularly in the areas of polar regions where the temperature is very cool. There people are arranging artificial transparent seeds, means artificial greenhouse, means houses, and there they will construct the house. The roof of the house is made with the transparent seeds. These are the transparent seeds, are having the top of the transparent seeds are having the holes, and these are the holes are giving a chance the energy can travel very easily into the house. Because of that energy, inside of the house are going to get the warmness, means because of high temperature, inside is going to get the warmness, and this warmness cannot travel back, cannot reflect back, because that seeds are going to be stops. Because of warmness inside, the plants can grow properly. So this is called as greenhouses. So one more time, my dear children, first I explain what is solar radiation. Next I explain what is called as solar insolation. Next one is called as greenhouses. So now the topic was sun's rays and Earth's surface. Sun's rays and Earth's surface. Imagine that here we are living, and example take this is the one person was standing here. This is called as rays, and this is called as sun. The sun rays was travel straightly on the person. This is called the direction of the rays which falls on the person. How this person is feeling that? This person is feeling that more hot or more heat. It means this is called as angle of rays, or is called angle of incidence. What is called as angle of incidence? So if the rays of the sun was fall straightly on the person, he feels that more hot or more heat. If this angle is going to the other side, the sun is here, the angle is going to the 45 degrees or 35 degrees or else 25 degrees, because if the angle of the rays is different, and this person cannot feel more hot or more heat, even if it is goes like this side also. Imagine that if the rays of the sun was slightly exactly the 90 degrees, they feel that very high temperatures, because the rays of the sun falls very straight. If it is go to the other directions, the rays we cannot feel much, and we cannot get that more rays also. In your textbook they given that one of the table, and also they given that one picture, particularly take an example equatorial regions and also the polar regions. Equatorial regions means the areas between the both side of equator, because we know that 0 degree latitude is called as equator. The both side of equator is called as equatorial regions, and above 66.5 degrees, that's north and the south, is called as polar regions. Imagine the rays of the sun is always straight on the equator. So because of the rays, the both side of the equator, the people they feel that more temperature or high temperature. If the angle of the sun, it is changed, if it is going towards to that, northern side and southern side angle was changed. Because of that side, the temperature is going to be very low. There is a lot of variations between one side to other side if the rays of the sun was changed. So this is one of the thing. Polar regions was very low temperatures. Equatorial regions are having that high temperature because of the angle of incidence. Once in your textbook, we can understand that the given table 90 degrees, 45 degrees and also the 66.5 degree, which are the places are coming, how much units of rays of sun they are going to be take and how much is going to be released. This is one of the concept. That is example. For example, if you sit down of the fan gives that more coolness. If you go to the other side, that side or this side, in any other direction, that fan cannot give that more coolness. Similarly, imagine if the fan is a sun, if you sit down of the fan or a sun, how you are feeling? Here, this fan gives that more coolness, the sun gives that more heat. Similarly, here also, same thing, the rays of the sun was changed, the people cannot feel that more hot or coolness. That is our topic. Next one is land and water contrast. So what is meant by land and water contrast? Take an example, land and water. Land takes that more time to heat and more time to cool. It means land will take lot of time to heat because of the rays of the sun. Similarly, it also takes the lot of time to become a cool because it required that cool temperature, that is because of the breezes and the winds, these all the things. But water will take less time to heat, less time to cool. See that if you are going to be because you are going to be do that every day in a home, you are boiling the water and also will be coming to the cool. These are all the things. So water takes less time to heat, less time to cool. There's a contrast, means variation between the land and water. Land will take much time to heat and much time to cool. Water will take less time to heat, less time to cool. This is one of the small concept. The next one is called as how heat balance. What is meant by heat balance? This is called as earth and this is called as sun. Because of the sun, earth is going to get the heat. But complete the energy which is coming from the sun, that in the form of insolation, the earth cannot take complete portion of energy which is coming from the sun. Little portion of energy was taken by earth, balance was taken to the space. Here also, after taking this energy, 1/3 of energy which is reflecting back. It was reflected back. So light, take an example, this is called as light, this is called as mirror, and if we are going to be light on the mirror and that it can be reflect. So if we are going to be how the light is going to be reflected on the mirror, similarly the energy which is coming from the earth, completely the energy was not taken by earth, and how the mirror is reflecting, similarly 1/3 of the energy which is going to be reflecting back to the atmosphere and also the space. Because of this 1/3 of energy only, the complete atmosphere is going to be get the heat. That's called balancing of heat. So it means it can be balanced. The energy is coming towards the earth, it can send back. Because of that, atmosphere is going to get the heat. For example, the energy which is coming from the sun, and it was going towards the earth, and earth was taken complete energy and which was not emitting anything. What will happen that if the earth was not reflected back the complete area where the earth was not reflecting, there we found this high temperature. We know that in the region of summer, high temperature, high rays and high temperatures, we found this high day temperature. It means it cannot reflect much because it was taken much rays of the sun. Clear or not? So whichever the temperature was taken by earth, it can be reflected back. Once if it was not reflected, automatically complete atmosphere and complete the days and the people can be struggle because of the high temperature. If it was reflected completely, we feel that low temperature. I'll give you that. What are the problems going to be happen that? We are the people, we are using the vehicles like car, bus, tractor, everything which is running with the petrol and the diesel. Because of burning the petrol and the diesel, there is a lot of chlorofluorocarbon. CFC is going to be increased and carbon dioxide is going to be increased. Once the carbon dioxide is going to be increased, the plants are required to take the carbon dioxide. But we are the people, we are cutting the forest also. It means we are clearing the trees. Because of clearing the trees, because of usage of petrol and the diesel, because of more carbon dioxide, the chance to be occur the global warming. So global warming means indifferences between the rainfall and high temperature and the low temperatures, uncertainty of rainfall, everything is comes because of the global warming. So the reason we have to be cut the global warming by planting the trees also. Next one is called as high and also the low temperatures. What is meant by high and low temperatures? Highest temperature was 57 and above 57 degrees Celsius was recorded in 1922. That's in the Azizia. What the place name is called as Azizia of Libya. So 57 degrees Celsius of temperature was recorded in the region of Libya, that is in 1922, above 57 point something, that you can say that 8 degrees Celsius. And what is the lowest temperature? Lowest temperature was minus 88.9 degrees Celsius, that is in 1978 in the region of Vostok, that's in the Russian research station. Where it was? Russian research station. This is 89.2 degrees Celsius. So one more time. Highest temperature which was recorded in 1922, that's in the Azizia of Libya, that's in 57.8 degrees Celsius, and in 1978 89.2 degrees Celsius which was recorded in the region of Vostok, that is a Russian research station of Antarctica. What is that? Antarctica. Now come to the point. If the temperature goes 100 degrees Celsius, the water started for a boiling. If the temperature goes 100 degrees, the water started for boiling. If the temperature goes to the 0 degree, water started for converting into the ice. Imagine that 100 degrees, the 57 degrees. 57.8 degrees was near to the 100 degrees. So the reason we cannot expect more temperature once it becomes very dangerous for the people. So in the region of Hyderabad, if the temperature is recording 45 degrees, we feel very high temperature, we are not coming out. But if it is above 47 to 10 degrees added, that you can say 57, very high temperature. If it is goes 100 degrees, water converting into the boil. Come to that 0 degree, water converting into that ice. But the temperature is minus 89, means more than of 0 degree. Like a lot of times, let's say minus 89.2 degrees Celsius of temperature was recorded, thus in the region of Antarctica, that's the southern pole site. So because of this low temperature, very low temperature means completely areas covers that like a ice rocks, like a ice looks like a rock, and that you can find in the region of Antarctica. If it is goes, because it cannot go to that minus 272, it means that is the lowest temperature. It cannot go to that minus 272 degrees. That is a one of the concept. This is a high and low temperatures. So next one is how we are recording the temperatures. We are recording the temperatures based upon daily. For example, maximum. So today we are observing the temperature at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock like that. Between of this time, one time the temperature goes to that very high, that is 39, 40 or 45. That is the maximum temperature in a day. Night time it goes to that, if you observe that, sometime it goes to that 20, 15, 11, 10, 9. That. Temperature low is called as minimum temperature. Like that, we are recording the temperature every day. Everyday temperature, we have to add all the everyday temperature in a particular month and dividing by the days, we are going to get that one. There's a maximum temperature 25 degrees, minimum temperature 22 degrees. Like that we have to do. So the month temperature in your textbook they given one table, page number 25. The June temperature maximum 28, it means this is a 28 means the average temperature of that month. Average, maximum means average day temperature, minimum means average night temperature is come to that maximum and minimum temperature that we can record in the month wise, January, February, March, like that, and that we have to post in the form of graph also. See that January temperature is very low. If it is goes in the month of May, temperature is very high. Similarly, we can do that minimum temperature based upon this analysis. Clear or not? So this is in a Hyderabad temperature. And now come to that, different places are having that different temperatures. We have the Delhi and Simla and Chennai, Mumbai, Visakhapatnam, these all things. Now come to that, these all are having some different types of temperatures. Take an example, Delhi or Hyderabad, extreme temperature. Simla, this is called as high area and the temperature is not high, we can say that low temperatures only. Here is coastal areas that you can say that moderate temperature. How it is? Delhi and Simla, this is called as mountain and here we are the people are living there. If you go inside by digging the earth, if you go inside by digging the earth, the temperature is going to be increased. If you go inside of the earth, the temperature is going to be increased because that in the low areas, interior of the earth, we have the layers like crust, mantle and core. Because of the high pressure, we found these high temperatures inside. And if we go above of the sea level, the temperature is going to be decreased because we are going to be calculating the height of the place based upon the sea level. Based upon the sea level. Throughout the world, the sea level is equal. So the reason we are going to be calculate the places based upon the sea level. Two places. One is Delhi, found above the 200 meters of height, and Simla can be located on 2200 meters height. Delhi found on 200 meters of height. Because of that, the temperature is very high in some months and in temperature is very low in some months. That you can say that extreme temperature or continental temperature. What is called as extreme temperature or continental temperature. But in the region of Simla, the temperature is different because it can found on the mountains, and we know that inversion, if we go above the sea level, for every 1600 meters, the temperature is going to be reduced. Here, because of the above sea level and because of it was found on the mountain, because of that the temperature is very low, because the Simla is in one place and it is very good for the people and the tourist was attracted, and because it's the coolest place. Simla, Nainital, Kulu Manali, Kangra and Ooty, these are all the places found on the mountains. Because of that factor, here these areas was very cool. Clear or not? So Delhi found on about 200 meters, Simla found about 2200 meters. Because of that, the Delhi is having that high temperature as well as low temperature. But you can say that continental temperature, otherwise called as extreme temperature. Simla found on the mountains. Because of that, the temperature is very low. So Simla is a place which was attracting by the tourists because of this greenery and coolness only. That's why that you can say that different temperature. Come to the next one is Visakhapatnam, Chennai and this one. Because of the coastal side, because the land is always interacting with the sea, because of the interaction, the sea is going to the land side, land is coming towards the sea side. Because of that, high and also that low, we cannot find in the region of ocean side. There we are going to get this maritime temperature, otherwise called as moderate. It means not high, not low. Simla, low temperatures. Delhi, high, very high and very low. But in the coastal side, we found this normal, not much differences between night time and also the daytime. That you can say that coastal temperature, otherwise maritime temperature, otherwise called as moderate temperature. These are the differences between the one area to other area. So one more time, my dear students, today I was covered what is the earth and how the earth was having the lot of differences, and also what is solar energy and how this one is useful to the people. And I also explained greenhouses, angle of incidence, and also I explained that how we are recording the temperature. Before of that, we covered high and the low temperatures. Next one is different places and different temperatures. Everyone once read the paper which we are sharing with you, and also everyone complete the work. We have the Zoom sections and the doubts can clarify in the Zoom section along with the teaching of the lesson also. Everyone download the Zoom app in your mobiles or laptops, and it can be easy login, and you can watch the teachers and you can ask the doubts also. Thank you very much.